Welcome back to another fantastic episode of Our Corner. I'm your host, Aaron. With me today is the main man himself.
It's Sean, guys. What's going on?
And in addition, we have our favorite tech guy, Tyler.
Sure.
Who?
Gintech, man.
Gintech.
Respect.
My apologies. My apologies to
He gets
Gintech.
a little big in his britches. He has a
New
a
hat
couple
and
good
shit.
shows, and all of a sudden he's
Oh, that's not a new hat. It's the same old hat.
Yeah, I know. I was
same
just trying to
hat.
be nice.
I know. I appreciate that about
Yeah.
you. So, Sean, before we get started, man, how you doing?
Good. Not too bad, actually. Just going over some stuff. Other than that, we've been good. What about you, man?
Nice. You know what, man? I'm pretty stoked because we were just talking about this before we got on, but Fan Fusion this year is coming up in Arizona, and my big excitement is that the voices of Ed and Eddie are going to be there.
And you know us. We hose for interviews, so we'll probably be over there trying to get a hold of them and talk to them. So,
dude, I'd be so stoked. You don't understand. I'd faint like a fangirl.
oh yeah, that was childhood, bro.
That was childhood.
for the most part.
Childhood.
Yeah.
You can't tell me you can't sit there and be like, for a quarter, Johnny boy.
That's so fucking funny. But yeah, no, and what is it? Rolf, same guy who does Kevin's, also going to be here. Fun fact, he also does the voice of Goku. You can talk to him about that as well. Fan Fusion, but seriously, June, Fan Fusion will probably be there. If you're watching, doubt it, but just come join us.
Yeah. And
We'll
if
talk
you
to
are
you.
watching and you don't doubt it, hey, man,
Hey,
come say what's up.
come say what's up, bro. We'll be here either way. You'll see Gintech walking around. Just look for the really tall red head guy. That's probably us, if I'm being
To
honest.
be
Yeah.
fair, there's a lot of those there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're very, very special sometimes.
Thank you.
Hey, bro, your dome is glowing.
Eh?
It's
Jesus
a,
loves
it's
me.
a gliss.
So what do you got for us in the cringe world, my guy?
So check this out, right? We've been talking about moving into World of Darkness, Vampires the Masquerade, right? And as we continue kind of into the grime of it to kind of show some examples of what not to be like before we dive into what is the game about and ultimately kind of go over hey, is it worth playing?
Right.
You know? I found a cringe story. This is a fun one. So,
It's World of Darkness. Of course you found a cringe story.
oh yeah.
That just goes along
Their
with
whole
it perfectly.
all their thing is a cringe story.
It's
Oh
so
my God,
bad.
if you're going to be like the 2000s version of Lestat where he's just like fucking But
Get
man, if you're not
That's that entire game. Everyone wants to be Lestat.
everyone wants to be Lestat.
The Diary of a Vampire, that's like their jam.
It's Queen of the Damned. That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
You're the queen of the damn.
Just that continuous corn playing in the
Yes.
background.
So,
That's so
but
funny.
I found a story we could really sink our fangs into.
Aha!
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, it drives you a little batty.
Wow. Anyway,
Anyway.
story time.
So this comes from our RPG Horror Stories Reddit. User Volstorm5.
Volstorm 5, shout out to you maybe.
Okay.
Unless you're a douchebag. We'll see what the story says.
We're going to see. Now,
I prefer Volstorm 4.
I'm going to throw up here just like our little warning. This is a longer story.
He's just
I just glossed through it. I don't know why it bothers you.
it's like nails on a chalkboard. Go ahead.
So this is going to be a little bit extra longer of a story, probably a little bit longer of a rant to go with it.
Yeah.
So essentially, the starting of this goes, okay, so a lot of things that need to be explained beforehand. I played tabletop games with this GM for many years, over a decade.
I'm sorry, real quick. Can we stop? Did they just give us a key? Things
think
you
so.
must know, prerequisites for the story.
Table of contents.
Yeah, this is the glossary. In familiar terms, it's like 20 pages. You're like, bro,
Started with an introduction, was all like, this is my second Reddit post. And
it's like part 2. Why are we on part 2? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
so as I go through the glossary,
The
games-
index per se.
I played tabletop games with this GM for many years, over a decade. So I have a vague amount of trust. The group also shifted and changed over many years. Currently, the game we play is me, my friend, male 22, his wife, female 67, him, male, 49, and me, non-applicable, 23.
Did you all just give up on vagina or what's going on?
I could
Just saying.
I
bet
could
you guys all wear the
clarify.
same brand of sweatpants. Are they Reebok from Walmart? I feel like they're Reebok from Walmart. I feel like they wear Champion sweaters.
Please tell me they start wearing goth clothes.
Oh, bro. And if their goth clothes is a dark version of the Reebok sweatpants, it's hilarious.
Oh my god! So
They Sharpie out the Reebok on the side.
it's just
They just put Arbok just so that it makes it look like kind of like flashy.
Like vampire-y.
Yeah, vampire.
they're over there like, these are the newest stretch pants from Darkness. It's like,
It's like, hey, I'm not sure if you're a fucking vampire or a turtle because you're size fucking extra 4L, so I don't know.
At some point, you got to stop, man. They're running out of latex.
At some point, those are just parachutes.
Dude, they got like ribbon on their fucking walkers and shit, like black ribbon. Like we're
like,
gangsters.
I know I
we're
ain't got a
goth.
lot of room to talk, but you probably don't have a lot of room in that fucking corset. So
I'm gonna say something like for real. Like, okay, nothing wrong with playing D&D. I get it. If you're 67, maybe move on. All you like,
But
what-
this isn't D&D. It's
Or
World
whatever.
of Darkness.
So and
Same thing. World of Darkness. Like, imagine at 67, one of the things that you have to think about your campaign is, hey, will we be able to continue with the same amount of players in the next 2 weeks because Jim died of liver failure and fucking Annie's had a stroke 3 times.
what I'm really hoping for is that like the ages that are on here are their vampire ages and not like their actual.
No, that's their actual. If you're a
Because
No,
vampire,
that's
vampire-
that's
if it's
actual ages.
If it's a vampire age,
Shit.
you'd be like 200. You'd be like 500, like 8,000 or something like that. Like you'd be the toughest being ever. But if you're 67, bro, you're 67.
Well,
Like,
wait a second. So he's been playing with this guy for over a decade, and he's 23. So he's been playing with these same people since he was 13.
which is weirder. Which is weirder.
or it's family, but he doesn't specify that.
Even then, it's still weird.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
you know, seriously, at 67, like you have to incorporate that in your writing. Like, what if one of your members
Yeah.
dies?
At some point, like
Or breaks a hip.
I'm going to look at you and be like, hey man, maybe we just stop this fucking campaign.
What if they've fallen and they can't get up and you're in the middle of a campaign? Like,
roll
do you
for initiative,
continue?
my dude? You're gonna
Yeah.
fight the medic.
Roll for hip joint, bro.
Dude, have the DM write everything down. That way, if he doesn't make it, you can continue the campaign.
Do you know how unattractive? Like, okay, this is the vampire game, right?
Yeah.
So, do you know how unattractive it is to try to be a sexy vampire at age 75? Like, in between deep breaths of trying to of death rattle, you're gonna describe how your player lustfully gazed into another vampire's eyes.
She had to
Like, that's-
take off the air to say "choke me, daddy."
Yeah, bro. If you have to drop your oxygen mask to be kinky, it's done.
Yeah, dude, she takes out
Move
her
on.
dentures.
Like, if you're trying
Hey,
to choke yourself,
hold on, denture thing.
Hey, no, stop! I don't care what you look up on your own time. Wash your hands.
You know
Continue
what?
with the story.
Yeah, I really don't want to know.
Continue with the story.
Yeah. Anyways, I could clarify other stuff like we give him a lot of shit for being old and we just general joke with him. I've known him for 10 years. We are playing a hybrid. Excuse me. Wow. We are playing a hybrid of every World of Darkness system combined into one world. Well, first of all, that's where you fucked up. With rules from other systems added on, like merits and flaws from the Buffy books. In addition, a bunch of homebrew stuff written in. We all basically start as mortals, have our awakening raised, overseeing many fucked up things. And by the time we get to an awakening of 10, we can start taking full levels in any of the supernatural things we want under very specific guidances, though.
Wait, what is the awakening?
So
I feel like it's a bad Robin Williams movie.
So I think the awakening thing is like when you become a vampire.
Why
Like
don't you
that's
just put transformation?
it's like being born again. You
Why
know what I
don't you
mean?
just put
Like
transformation?
when vampires are like,
Sean,
I was born in
you're
the
not
year.
understanding the goth.
Yeah, you gotta.
But they're also
understand.
67. Like I haven't heard
fine.
one ye old
It's
yet.
fine.
It's not. Fuck, I was around since before the cars.
I have not heard the word nether yet in this fucking story. They're from the 60s.
They're like,
bro.
I remember when vampires first roamed the earth. They were real vampires. We weren't allowed to play like them.
Yeah. In my neighborhood, we didn't call them vampires. We call them pedophiles, but whatever.
When we role played as vampires, someone got staked. It was bad. It's back in Salem. It's all like, I have a document on my phone of the stuff I can get. My character is going down the path of the Wraith. It was made with the logic that my dad embodied hard enough when he railed my mom
What?
that I'm half ghost. And because of that, I can get like all the Wraith powers. I can get 1 dot in a sphere of magic. First of all, I understand. We're going to come right back to that. I'm just going to finish this paragraph because if I stop, that's it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Wow. I can get 1 dot in a sphere of magic per 100 years.
That's what she said.
I can get a psychic power from the sorcerer books. I can get gifts up to level 3 from were creatures. I can also get 1 vampire discipline I have written down, but I'm too lazy to check the rules or vague outline. This guy has really, really, really bad
Grammar.
yeah, because there's some shit where I'm trying to like pause, but he doesn't even pause. He just keeps going. There's a bonus story. Cool. So it says bonus story. This wasn't the story I came here to tell, but this is a thing that happened in the campaign right before. Over the summer, one of my friends brought a new player out, male, 17. The GM starts helping him make a character.
Stop.
Yeah, I don't want to know the rest of this bonus story.
Stop. The other people were 67 and 30-something. He was 23, been playing with them for 10 years, which is already sus. And then you brought in a 17-year-old.
Yeah, this is getting... I don't know where this story is going to take place. Or
Here,
where
real
it's
quick,
gonna go.
do me a favor. Let's press a quick pause. Skim through that story, all right? Skim through that story. Make sure there's no Chris Hansen shit before we dive deep into this.
Yeah, he's gonna walk through the fucking door. Like,
Yeah, dude, he's gonna be like, "Do you guys know why you're here? No, it's okay. Take a seat." And we're gonna be like,
we already were, but please let us go.
please let us go. We didn't do anything. I promise." If he comes out of that door, Aaron, I'm gonna be very upset. If I have to see Chris Hansen and there's a camera in my face, and one of the cops named Julio drags me down, I mean, I'm gonna like it that Julio drags me down, but the rest of it is gonna be very uncomfortable.
Part of me wants to meet these people just to understand what 67-year-old is willing to play the World of Darkness game.
Yeah, like I'm stuck on that one. I'm stuck there. Like that's got to be a grandma, right? Like that's got to be your grandma.
She got roped in. Okay, yeah. You can.
Granny, I lost one of my friends. They're like
be a vampire.
Just be a vampire. Just be a sexy vampire with a weird tail. Like we'll make it work. Like it's fine. But
they let her wear the fang dentures.
Yeah, like right. Okay, because like I get that, but
to be fair, I'd let Grandma play because then you get like snacks.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's
also moves faster.
There's nothing Chris Hansen-y in this fucking story.
I don't know, bro. 17-year-old playing a lusty vampire game is uncomfortable.
Well, that's the problem, Sean. You actually hit on a thing. The World of Darkness game doesn't have to be that. It's just people keep making it that.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Like the principle for like World of Darkness is that like it's just a grim dark fantasy where you play a vampire. Like you could be a businessman vampire that's like, my whole goal is just to fucking take over industries. But people want to play like the nightclub Blade version of it.
And I'm cool. Yep. And I'm cool. Do whatever you want. If you want to do weird techno music, that's dope, bro.
Yeah,
But
when the player is actually underage,
why is the player 17, dog? That's my question. Like,
the thing is that this kind of game oftentimes reaches out to the edgier youth because of the fact that it's an edgier thing. It's like vampires,
totally get it.
goths.
Totally get it. I've been on vampirefreaks.com. I've been there. I've been there. I've been on Vixens and Angels. I get it. My point is,
why is a 67-year-old?
Yeah, that's where I'm stuck at. Like,
and like the thing is
literally 60 years older. Or literally 50 years older, I'm sorry.
That part I can't really answer. I feel like maybe this person was looking for a game and, they were just like, hey. But this says, like, my friend brought in. So is the friend the dungeon master?
So who's the friend that brought in?
Okay, so he's 49. The friend is 49 and brought in a 17-year-old.
Let's just get past this part.
Cool. Let's move on. All right, keep going with the story. Cool.
So back to the bonus story, not the actual story.
Which is going to be touch and go here for a minute.
Over the summer, one of my friends brought a new player out, male 17. The GM starts helping him make a character.
Oh, I bet.
He wants to make a character very similar to Escanor from the Seven Deadly Sins, not out of the range of possibility. I'm playing an exact look-alike of Kiro Zappelli from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The GM's going with it. It's pretty well. I don't remember all the events leading up to it, but he really didn't get to do much. He got introduced to her party, and then we got on horseback, and we started going to a destination. We had a boss named Tommy Salinger, who basically, vampire, or something we don't know, he was powerful. We still don't know, we just have to go visit him at night. He gave us a mission to do something in the middle of the plains. I guess I should probably explain that it was a cowboy game set in 1890.
This is a
But
vampire
we're on
game.
a horseback. We've been tracking through all day, about 5 minutes. It is a vampire game. It's just the time period that takes place
Is that then?
Okay.
cowboys.
Yeah, this
And
guy's not good at telling stories.
At all, bro.
at all,
I'm
dude.
so freaking lost.
It's not your reading; it's the story.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
it's the
so-
story.
literally the story.
I'm listening and I'm like,
So I'm gonna summarize what we've all just read.
Okay.
Basically, he has a group of people who vary in age, right?
Yeah.
His dungeon master he's been hanging out with for about 10 years, and he's played other tabletop games with, okay?
This is a 49-year-old.
Yep, they combined a bunch of the actual books, like from different versions of the game, as well as outside sources and homebrew rules, into the campaign that they're currently playing, right? He came up with this character that could probably break the campaign setting
Yeah.
based off of like whatever weird phrasing he wants, something about his mom railing his dad.
Which is why don't we talk about that? The mom railing the dad as a ghost.
Honestly, it's and hang on, we can backtrack that, to be honest with you. I mean,
Doesn't matter.
or not.
yeah, we can really skip that. I don't know how interesting that really is.
I don't know. I don't think this is going to pertain to the story. I think you just really wanted to add that because that's his character.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with him too, because this is getting
Anyway,
pretty
keep
crazy.
going. Keep going with
So
the main
anyway,
story.
So just to summarize so far what we've read up until this point, basically a new guy entered a different game that they were playing,
Uh-huh.
and it took place in a cowboy, but they were still vampires. And he was trying to build off of a fucking anime character that he saw on Netflix. And he was like, yeah, that's cool. And so now they're just about on this mission with seems to be incredibly frustrating.
Okay.
Now, getting right back into it, then we get our destination, and the GM asks the new player to roll some stamina checks. We all look confused. He rolls them and starts failing. Like we're talking straight botches. Spelled incorrectly. All ones. So he's on the ground dying of dehydration. He's asked to roll again, but fails even harder. I'm giving the GM a look right now because it's his first time. This is his first in-game roll. My friend and his wife's character go over and try to help as I'm just standing back with an ace in my pocket. Eventually, neither of them can do anything and have to pull out my ace. There does imply a screaming match of, can I see him breathing? And I'm getting yelled at. No, but also like you don't know. So I have to ask very specific questions to get the answers because he doesn't want to tell me outright
What?
that
Does
he's
that-
dying of dehydration. But if I ask him questions that would point to him having dehydration, he'll tell me.
Why? Why don't you just tell him?
This is a...
I want to make the story interesting.
There's a lot to kind of fucking take away. I really want to like just kind of dive into this fucking bonus story.
Just move on to
But,
the main story.
yeah.
Let's go. I feel
So
like
I
you,
pulled-
you already said it was
What?
going to be long.
Hold on, this is the last bit of that bonus section, okay?
Oh my god, we're still in the
So
bonus
I
story.
pulled the
Yeah.
ace out, which is to get really drunk, and I can summon a phantom friend that's fetter to me,
What?
and a passion for drinking.
Why is this somehow better than just pouring water down the guy's throat?
Yeah. Like,
Wait,
So-
or is this like a?
He'll
Okay.
use the usury to our friend who's on the ground about to die. This is fucking frustrating. I'm about to throw this phone through the fucking screen because of this. The dude's never played a tabletop game, never done anything, spent 3 hours making a character that he's really liked, and the GM just wanted to accidentally kill his character because dice rolls weren't going well. Actual story. Thank God, dude. I fucking...
Of course he doesn't know what he's doing. He's 17. He just got a daycare.
And you're fucking like 49.
Yeah, you're fucking 49, bro.
And why did it take 3 hours to make a kit? Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yep.
You don't want to know? That's the Chris Hansen part of the story. Go.
Actual story. So our boss, Tommy Salinger, gave us a mission to go to the middle of the woods and fight a Wendigo and to take a staff from him. Then return it to a dude. Mind you, we're all mortals at this point. We beat up a Wendigo somehow, and then we take the staff and we return it to a dragon. I don't think we knew it was a dragon when we signed up to do this job. When we started with this job, I told Tommy point blank that I would mess with the staff until we had to return it because it was like a 2-day horseback track from where the Wendigo was to where the dragon was.
His language is so horrible. His grammar is so horrible,
Yeah,
it stopped
seriously.
our clock. It stopped the clock right at the front.
That's
right here.
hilarious.
It literally stopped our clock.
Ooh.
That's how bad the grammar is, bro. Like, damn.
Even the clock was like, I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah, the clock is like, we're just going to stop it right here, dog. That's cool.
I'm slowly losing enthusiasm for this guy because where's the horror story part of this?
yeah, like, you
This is
just...
annoying.
you
This
just
is
far-
Hey, I had a bad DM.
Yeah, right now.
Done.
Right now, you're giving me so much fucking background on everything that's going on in your game. You've not given me... The only thing that we've gotten was that the DM's kind of a dick from the bonus story.
Or a pedophile.
Probably both.
Probably both.
Probably both. But like, dude, like so far, like let me sum up for you kind of your fucking problem. Your fucking problem is that you have no idea how the fuck to communicate because
Or anything.
you're over here like I have all of my stuff written down. If it's like this, no wonder you had a fucking problem.
Yeah, dude, no wonder your DM couldn't follow you.
Like
Every other sentence is a run-on sentence.
I really don't want to be like, oh man, this is gonna be like the player's fault or the dungeon master's fault just yet. But like so far, it's just racking up to where it's like, okay, dude, come on, let's get to the fucking like.
I don't think any of them can communicate to each other. I think that's the issue.
I think it's
needs to get the meat and potatoes.
like for fucking reals. But
Anyway, keep going. What do we got?
so he would mess with the staff until we return it because it was like a 2-day horseback track from where the Wendigo was to where the dragon was.
Okay.
I spent those days messing with it, and I found out it's a staff that can basically grant any wish. I didn't want to return it, but we got to the cave, we found the dragon, we got some points of awakening because we've never seen anything like this. Me and his wife's character were very much sucking up to the dragon. I remember we had tea, and we just sat and chatted because if I recall, no one's ever come and talked to him before.
I literally thought you said that you guys were sucking up to the dragon and we used teeth. And I was like, what?
That would have been a better story.
That would have been a better
That
story.
well, not if the 17-year-old was
Ah,
involved.
yeah, I mean, like,
If the 17-year-old was involved, better
You
story.
better- you
if
better
they
get the
are
fucking-
involved, not a better story.
yeah, you better,
Felony.
yeah. The moment that I hear 17-year-old and
Like,
Rusty,
I mentally
I'm out.
checked out when the 49-year-old brought in the 17-year-old. I was like, this is not going anywhere.
Yeah,
someone
I don't
really
even understand what the
needs-
fuck is happening. So they're just on a trip back? This is still a trip?
What happened to the guy that was dehydrated? Did he end up dying?
You don't even know because
He doesn't
He didn't
say
finish
it.
it. I think his character does die. I'm gonna assume because he was like,
Well, 'cause he
the
said he
GM
wanted to
just
kill off the
wanted to
character.
accidentally kill his character because the dice rolls weren't going well.
He didn't
Problem is,
accidentally
he didn't
kill him.
accidentally kill him.
Yeah, you
He
actually
killed him.
purposely killed him.
Yeah.
You
There's
didn't
no
accidentally
accident
kill
in
him.
there.
Wow.
You don't accidentally die of dehydration. Like,
Yeah, you know what? I think in the future I'll take that bonus story, I'll put it on the back end so we can fucking go over it. But like,
I told you to do that.
yeah, but I was kind of like enthralled in the bonus story.
Enthralled. That's a good word. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep going. Just
Thank you.
finish what's going on with the
Okay.
main story.
Eventually, we hand over the staff, and I'm very sad to see it part. So I asked the dragon
I
very
bet.
politely if it's possible he could give me something that does the exact same. The DM then asked me to dice him. It's a phrase where we both roll the same die, and if we tie, we roll again. If we get high or what I want happens, if he gets higher, then what he wants happens.
Damn, this is
We've
my kind of
used
game.
it in D&D,
Again, not with
and we've
17-year-olds,
used it
but
in the World of Darkness. We've used it everything.
So if it's like 5 or above,
Why
it's
is this
like
the
in butt?
only time this guy has explained anything?
Yeah.
And the problem is that he's explained everything like if he just got off his ADHD meds.
Oh,
Also, if it's like a certain number, is it like in the butt automatically, or is it like we can negotiate?
Sean, we're
I'm
not
just
doing
saying.
this. Not this story. Nope.
I'm just
We're
saying,
not,
like
we're not asking this
I got
question.
higher
everyone
than
other
him.
than that new member, which we don't know why they're there, like if it's like a 5 and above, it's like whatever I want, and like butt duty, like it happens or what?
So like I guess the idea is like
Because this might be a game to check out. You know what I mean? Like I'm not knocking it. You know what I mean?
I don't think like in your context I'm not going to answer it, but like in
In
your
your context,
fucking,
I'm not
like
gonna
in the
answer it.
actual challenge is like it'd be the equivalent of me being like, yeah, let's roll for it. Highest roll wins. It's like drawing cards and being like high card wins.
Can you imagine if someone just like rolled the dice and it was 5 above, do whatever you want, and they're like, I want you lathered in mayonnaise. It's like, no.
Yeah,
Us woodland creatures
gonna-
don't do that.
I'm gonna put a hard stop on that. I'd look at you. No,
I'm gonna quietly walk away from the scene.
what a fucking.
The mayo? I know it was weird,
Mayo.
but it was right in my head. Couldn't
I
figure
got
it out.
higher than him in this situation,
We
so
always
he
get higher than
decided
him.
to oblige and give me a wand that has the same properties
As
the
a staff, damn nibbled.
I was
ribbed.
very excited to have been very trusted.
You got some
It
knuckles
was
on that staff.
basically a free get out of jail free card, and I was only going to use it in very dire situations.
Do you think they could bottom out that staff or what? I'm just saying. That's a curious thought. Go ahead.
The very next thing that happens, the dragon then commands my shadow off the wall to go do some orders. I've never seen a
Dang.
shadow get off the wall and start moving, so I fucking run. As soon as I'm out of the cave, I have a normal shadow again. I use the wand that I was just given and wish that I no longer had a shadow. My body loses all shadow, including the shadow that my hat casts on my face. I think this is incredibly funny, and it shows a moment of true terror. I don't know the power of this wand. I just know that I don't want my shadow getting off the wall and leaving.
Hang on. I have a question. How is the hat not casting a shadow on her face to the point where she's like, nah, fuck, this is too much power? There's weird standards in this game. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is getting to a point where I'm like, this story is seeming like complete bullshit. This was the first incident that happened. Then a fast forward a couple months out of the game. I don't think I did anything with it. We were on a train and it started getting rammed by like 300 buffalo. So I used the wand to create a spectral hand to whoosh them away. I was thinking like Bigsby's forcing hand. I didn't clarify that a ton of people on the train saw it. I loved having this wand because it was an ace in my hand if I needed to get out of jail. It was some way to manipulate things in my favor ever so slightly.
Was that her failed attempt of saying ace in the hole?
Well, keep in mind, she identified as NA, so there's no applicable to her, but
Applicable to what?
at the beginning of the story, she didn't have a...
No, you can understand because she
How
doesn't get to
is-
the point that it's a she.
Everything this person just said is completely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Oh, it's just my little ace in the hand or whatever."
Ace in the
You
hole.
just moved away a bunch of like 300 buffalo. That's kind of OP.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
I get it why it would be classified as an ace in a hole, but you could.
But that's
call it an
that's
ace in a hole.
big. Like you.
Yeah. Here's the two things about that, right? If we're getting into it, first of all, your fucking dungeon master should have never let you roll for that kind of power. Like, if you have to know the consequences of what you're doing, if I give you a weapon that is just so fucking OP that it breaks the game, then when my game breaks, I can't sit there and be like, I shouldn't have given it to you.
Or you do it once.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can use it once.
Yeah, you can sit there and be like, hey, man, you've used it, and the power of using it breaks the item.
Yeah.
Something that just, like, does it. And, like, yeah, your player might be, like, really irritated at that. But, like, you can always explain that and be like, hey, man, it was just something that broke the game, so I didn't want to have it. Or, like, you can sit there and be like, look, let me make it up to you. We'll get you a different magic item.
Right.
Something that kind of doesn't also break my game.
Yeah.
At the same point,
Amicable response, like
yeah,
civil.
But like what you're doing here is that like your dungeon master was like, I'll challenge you for it. And then he failed and was like, guess you got this fucking wand of everything.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna kill
and now
from
you can't get
dehydration.
mad.
Yeah,
And
dude.
yeah,
if you
get
if you
upset.
especially did that.
And not just that, but like also as like a player, like your wand can do everything. Well, I used it responsibly. As far as you know, because that's what you've shared.
Or at least as far as we can tell.
Yeah.
What you shared.
The first thing you did when you got this was like, yeah, I only use it in dire situations.
And sat on
I wish my shadow away. Was that dire? Is that what you thought?
And that's how you can also tell it was a girl. There was just no sense in that.
Yeah.
That's how you know it was a girl. Because she went around and never got to the point because she did all that shit.
Jesus, dude. And it's like this is getting
I'm just saying.
like,
That's like I understand that's a radical opinion nowadays, but like I mean, what else we got, dude? Like where's the story? I still have yet to hear the story. Like
yeah,
what happened?
We just got to the point where like you got the wand that you're talking about your DM taking away.
Yeah, like
And that like you move 300 buffalo. So like we've gone through all of this other shit before we got to the main point of now I've got the wand and here's the instance that I've done something.
and then you did 2 stupid spells where you got rid of your shadow and then you got rid of these buffalo for no reason. Like what? All right, go ahead.
I loved having this wand because it was my ace in my hand if I needed to get out
Hole.
of jail.
Hole, ace in the hole. Go ahead.
Yep, but that's not what it says. It was some way to manipulate things in my favor ever so slightly. It was very rarely used. It was more of a threat. Eventually, we go to sleep one night and we wake up in the Umbra. At some point, I am the only mortal in the party. My friend is playing a were-kitsune. Now because he drank a potion and his wife is part vampire because she took a pacted to selfless give herself to a vampire.
What's kitsune?
I ain't got the answers for this, man. I
So
don't think
that
this
sounds to
person-
me like a dish from Hawaii Ono. It was this katsune.
Were
katsune chicken.
kitsune.
The katsune chicken, you know, it's
Were
bread.
kitsune. Yeah, it might be like a were chicken.
Like a bread chicken.
Aaron,
Could you
did
imagine,
you
like,
realize the
fucking-
last sentence you just said
Was
of
not
that story
English.
didn't
It didn't
make
make
any sense?
Yeah, that
It's
was a
like
grammatically
because-
null sentence.
And his wife is part vampire because she took a pacted to selflessly give herself to a vampire. Even that still doesn't make sense.
To
Pacted.
selflessly give herself to a vampire.
Yeah.
Like I got it, but that was a horrible way of saying that.
Go ahead.
We get to the Umbra and we start stealing stuff because it's everything that's been lost. At a certain point, we start making jokes about finding Atlantis. There's a moment where we see giant holes in the ceiling raining out free items, and my friend wants to check out the stuff on the ceiling. Like, what's on the other side of the holes? So I tell him, only if you could fly. He says he can't. I say, well, pointing the wand at him, like from a hip holster, if you believe it, you can fly. So it's not... I had to drop that for a second because it's not a...
So this
it's
dude
not an
broke the
emergency.
game.
Like
He
he's
broke the
just
fucking
yeah. He
game.
was like, oh, so you want to go see what's on the other side? Guess what? You can fly. Oh, guess what? I don't want a shadow. Ace in the hand. That's not your case for this has been completely obliterated by the fact that you're fucking lying. You've used it at every step of the turn,
All the time.
all the time, and you're like, well, fuck it. I mean, I've got it.
Obnoxious. Go ahead.
Oh, Jesus, dude. We start messing around with that some more. He starts flying up and doesn't know if he can fall. Good times. We all want to end up leaving this area, but we don't know how. One of my friends suggests that the only way to get out of the area of the lost is to find ourselves. So are we going to self-introspective journey, and then we try to fall asleep? The GM looks at me and asks, do you really want to leave? And I say, no, I think I want to steal more stuff and fit it in my house. I guess I should probably stay. Nope. She said stay. I should probably say that at the beginning of the campaign, I started with 5 dots in Artifact, which is a miniature house that
What are you,
I
a
can
French
sit
storyteller?
down
Why is she
and
saying the beginning and the middle?
grows to full size. I can move. Oh my God.
What is she, Jean-Luc Godard?
It's like I don't think she wrote this. I think she said this.
I think
into
she
her
AI'd
phone.
this. I think this is AI.
This has
No,
to be-
AI would be better at this.
No, not really. Not the grammar.
No, it would. They're
No.
getting pretty good.
Woke stories, that's like all up AI's alley. Bad grammar, same thing.
I'm trying to fucking find the paragraph that gets straight to the fucking point.
You can't.
And
'Cause it's not there.
It was written by an AI woman. AI women.
Okay. So I think at the end of it, I'm going to have fun with this one. Fast forward literally a couple sessions. The last session we
Then
had
why'd you
entirely
tell
of
us
him
about the
throwing
last
the most
one?
powerful mage. Yeah, I skipped this fucking section of I got a fucking miniature house that I just started at the beginning. So we wake up in the it's still in the Umbra, and I realize out of the game that I have to very specifically say that I want to leave. So we go through another day in there. I say that I want to leave. We're able to leave, and he says, when you wake up, you no longer have your wand. I just sat in my chair looking relatively upset. I was told that I looked like I was pouting. I was trying to control my anger and not to have a meltdown. Like, this is something that I have worked for.
Are
I
you
had
sure
to
you weren't
convince
17?
the dragon to give me a copy. I didn't use it for much. I never used it for anything important. But I just sat there looking upset, and he said, fine. You can have it back, but you can't do anything world-shaping with it. He also said you can't do anything in the form of a wish with it. It's like, okay, I wasn't.
But you did. Multiple times.
Multiple times.
That's
That we
you know,
know
what?
of.
I'm gonna skip the 8 other fucking paragraphs of PS and PSS just to fucking go over and let you know, hey, first of all, player, you're the fucking dick. Okay?
You
the
literally
fucking,
use the wand for personal reasons. Like you said you wouldn't. And like
you sat there was like, I will only use it in emergencies. It's an ace in the hand. And then you fucking used it for
I don't want my
every
shadow.
little whimsical thing. And you've
Like-
named 3 fucking things in there that happened. Like, what are all of the other things in between that happened?
Also, for writers, if you have to put a PS and a PSS, I'm done with your story. If I open up your letter and I see PS and PSS, I'm just gonna fold it up.
I'm
and
not
I'm
gonna
throw
lie
it
to you.
away.
If I see that you have a fucking bonus story in the middle of your story,
I ain't reading that shit.
it's fucking over from this
Dude,
point. Like,
I had an ex-girlfriend who wrote me letters. I never read one of her letters. You want to know why? Because they were all like 10 pages front and back. I was like, you know what? This doesn't make me feel confident that you're studying to be a nurse if you're writing me that many
Yeah,
pages.
you don't love me that much.
I just want to put
Or the
this
classes
out
are
there,
really
right?
that bad.
I'm in no way, shape, or form have I played Vampire the Masquerade or World of Darkness for that matter.
You do not look good in leather. Let me
I
tell
don't. I don't look good in leather, and I certainly don't look good with black lipstick. That one is from experience.
you.
we
Yup.
know.
So, moving forward,
Can we though? Can we? Like, is it possible from this moment on after hearing the
Wait,
lipstick thing?
Sean.
dude. First of all, I
you
just
might
want
have
to
a
let,
bonus story. Hold on.
yeah. Right now,
A
we're at
PSS.
bonus story. We have a PSS directly from me, letting you know.
What was her name? Volster?
Volstorm,
Voltorb.
Voltorb, yeah.
I bet you she was the size of Voltorb.
Yeah, go to the gym.
I bet her hair's dyed in a natural color.
So my thing here is that like
I bet you
there's
it's periwinkle.
See,
First
that's
of
why I
all-
like Voltorb 4, not 5. 5 sucks. 4 was better. I told
Agreed.
you.
you can't realistically expect anybody to fucking give a shit about your side of the story on this because you went through and was like, I only do things seriously, and then I whimsically held the wand like it was a gun in my holster. It was like you fucking did everything you said you weren't going to do, and the GM was like, yeah, now that you've done that, I don't want you to have this. And then I
But
sat
also,
there.
that's dumb for the DM to create a thing like that. I wouldn't have created it to begin with. I would've
Yeah,
been
they're
like, no.
both wrong, but then
Yeah.
this person became even more wrong.
Well, this person's just
The
a douche.
phrasing that you used was, I worked really hard for that wand. First of all, you brought a staff back to a fucking dragon. You rolled higher than your guy.
And
Okay?
then you pouted that you didn't have the staff anymore, so you got the wand.
And then you pouted that you didn't have the staff. Then now you're pouting that you don't have the wand. But you're like, I built everything else to make my character super strong so that they had all of this extra stuff. You wanted to fucking like power game.
Yeah. You know what? Your mom got fucked by a ghost. That's it.
It's insane. It really is. And like my honest for this is that like the dungeon master has some responsibility in this because he gave you the wand after you pouted the first time. And then the second time that you did that, he was like, fine, you can have it back, but it doesn't act like a wish spell. So what does it fucking do then?
Then it's not a wand. So
So you gave her a stick.
why are you trying to be complacent? Either tell her no completely or be like, all right, fine, whatever. But you get over it too. You know what I mean, DM?
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do that, get over it.
You got to get over it.
If you're
You
not going to
can't-
do that, then don't issue it to begin with.
My biggest thing here is that, like, hey, man, dude, there's so much. First of all,
There's a lot to unpack here.
there's so much because I really want to like World of Darkness, right? Like, for what it actually is. Because it seems like the design for it is really, really cool, but it also
seems interesting.
But like when I fucking have to read through your fucking riddling absent brain.
It sounds like a great game, but when you have people who have ADHD and are clearly like sexually depraved emo people, like it's gonna be an
It's
issue.
hard because so far that's been the last two stories is ADHD and sexually like depraved.
How come you don't make the vampires like the people from 30 Days of Night?
Yeah.
They're like fucking.
That's well.
I'll just rip your arm off.
they
bro.
do.
They have that. That's kind of what I was alluding to before, and Aaron said it also. Is that's kind of what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But people ruin it.
Yeah.
You have multiples of those too. Like there's different aspects to the game. It's a more encompassing like grimdark. It's not just like, oh, you're a vampire. You can be a vampire.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they've got like fucking stuff out there for you to be a werewolf. There's stuff out
But
there
see,
for you
those
to be
vampires-
like a hunter.
Those vampires don't fuck unless it's your face with their
Yeah.
face and teeth.
Yeah, they don't fuck. They just eat.
They just eat. Like that's
And like
fucking awesome.
I can deal, right? Like even if you were like, hey, this is a more role playing game, there's gonna be a little bit more like you're gonna be more of a seductress vampire.
No one
Well,
says that
then-
you can't bat around some vampire shit every now and then. Like that's
but,
okay.
Like, at the same time, you can't fucking sit there and be like, well, it's getting too much. It's like you let it get too much.
Yeah,
bro.
it's they let this in, and like you guys are saying, you can have it a little bit, but everyone. It seems like every time I ever hear about this game anymore, it's just that shit.
And it
There's
is,
nothing
and that's the
else.
problem.
And
And,
here's
that's the
the
problem.
other
It's
thing
becoming
is that
just that, though.
When I hear about like this particular story, this is the one that I want to focus on, right? This is the part that irritates me. One, you are so upset about this fucking campaign that you went to Reddit to fucking put this up and say, hey, this person did this and it was unfair. Okay, first of all, you threw a tantrum like a fucking baby and you're 23 years old, okay? It's a fake magic item. All
Yeah,
right?
dude,
It's
like-
a
That you
fake
shouldn't have
magic
had.
item that you shouldn't have had, that your DM agreed to and was like, hey, there's some parameters with it. No
'Cause he has
problem.
no spine.
It's an ace in the hole. I won't use it, not an ace in the hand. I'll only use it in serious events. And then you fucking use it every chance you get.
Wish away your shadow. What kind of bullshit is that?
I wish away all of my shadows because I was scared that the dragon ordered my shadow off the wall. Okay, first of all, you didn't give us any background as to why the fuck was the dragon ordering the fucking shit around?
And not even that. What did they do? What did they do afterwards? You didn't really explain what they did after they were ordered off
like
the wall.
there are certain points where you skipped to meat and potatoes, and then other points where you went incredibly ham on the details.
Yeah, for no reason.
And then gave us nothing. It's like you gave us a fucking runaround on this story, just
or reach around.
fucking just for fucking nothing. Like the story could have been summed up in like 2 paragraphs. Hey man, my DM had me roll for a wand. I got it, and then I fucking used it too much and lost it.
'Cause I'm a
Pissed me
bitch.
off. Yeah, like that's the part that like gets me, dude. Just like fucking own up to it. You fucking misused it. And then your DM was like,
But that's
the
the trend with these types of game where they always try to like blame other people and virtue signal other people. Like it's stupid, and
It's
that's
the
what
type-
the game has started becoming.
And that's the thing is that like that's the type of people that it's starting to attract. And I want to bring this to people's attention because not everybody that plays these games are like that. That's the big deal here. Not everybody that plays a role-playing game is that crazy like hypersexualized like fucking degen. It's also not somebody who's like always victim blaming or always like trying to virtue signal how great they are.
Right.
Or they're not trying to fit into a trend. Some people genuinely love these tabletop role-playing games.
And sometimes they're fun, and
and-
not if you keep doing this shit though.
You do run into fucking tables and players and games that you don't fit into, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Like fucking if I run into a game where the fucking DM just wants to like kill happy like all the time, well then I'm not gonna fucking play that game. I'm gonna fucking play with somebody else. And the other thing, it goes for everyone else too. Like, hey man, sometimes not playing a game is better than fucking playing a bad game. And if you're really having that much of a fucking issue where you have to explain to me 8 fucking chapters of your fucking background just so that way I can understand where you're coming from, maybe you're the problem.
Yeah, and also it looks like with those eight paragraphs and stuff, you are trying to get sympathy points, which are not working. It's like,
We get what you were trying to do. You wanted a fucking wand. You got the wand.
You suck.
You overused the wand. And then, on top of all of that, when you got it taken away, you got pissed. And then they were like, fine, I'm going to give you back the wand, but it's not as strong as it once was. It's not going to do all this shit. Honestly, it's frustrating. The more that we read through all of these fucking cringe stories, it's frustrating for me because
you see the ridiculousness of the players and the DMs themselves, but mainly the
because
players.
They're on so fucking extreme ends of this fucking spectrum. It's like either I've got to be the fucking Gestapo of fucking D&D, or I got to be the most like fucking spineless idiot in the fucking game. And like, dude, you don't have to be any of that.
And the problem is that everyone wants to be the sexiest, the fucking best, or the single player type of guy. And it's like, no one's like that. This is a communicative game where you play fantasy. Just fucking accept it and move on.
You're having fun by imagining that you're in a world as somebody else doing something incredible and amazing. Maybe it's heroic. Maybe it's villainous. Maybe it's vampirous. But like, dude, like, the words fucking escape me to tell you, like, first of all, you're no one cares about your plight. It's not that big a deal.
Especially not for a while.
I just want to say, first off, Aaron, good alliteration. I caught that. That was good. Secondly, as someone who's my character in our D&D game, yeah, it's a little different, but I'm not doing well right now. And I'm always like, man, I wish I was doing better. And then I remind myself of these kind of games. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not even close to the fucking bottom.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there's games that we play where it's like, yeah, I can fucking, you roll a 1, well, you die. Well, what's the point in that then? Why did I spend 3 hours making the character?
Yep.
And like the other thing is that like you had someone, your friend, you keep calling him your friend, brought in a 17-year-old character who's barely played, and then you tried to back him up by saying he accidentally killed him, but he didn't accidentally kill him.
No, he did it on purpose.
There's tons of fucking outs that he can get. And like, there's a huge debate right now. And you know, it's not even that huge. Here's the fucking bottom line. There are people out there who saying, hey, you're a coward for rolling behind a DM screen. You should roll in front of people so they can see your rolls. If you fudge your numbers, you're scared of the result.
Yeah.
And it's like, part of that, you're not wrong, but part of that is for a good reason. We don't want to kill people. We want the story to go. And sometimes it's a story decision, and sometimes it's a decision.
But I feel like a lot of DMs do hide behind their screens and stuff so they could get away with doing whatever they want to the characters, and there's no consequence for them. It's like, oh, that's just the roll of the dice. It's like, no, it's not. You manipulated the dice so that way you could do whatever you needed to do, and you took out your revenge, your petty-ass revenge on this person who, whatever they did that you thought was a transgressionable event, and now you just fucking rain down on them for no reason. And then the same people wonder why D&D wasn't as popular for a while, why fucking other tabletop games are not as popular, why you have big issues with things like that. It's because you have a fucking entire society that is completely filled with ego. I mean, name a society. They're all the car guys, fucking heavy metal guys, D&D, fucking Warhammer, fucking MMA guys, everybody. They're all filled with ego. You get those one-offs where people are like, you know what? Maybe we just play the game and actually play it correctly and actually do the thing correctly. And then you get like those small groups of people. I would like to say that we're one of those groups of people, but at the same time, you get people who are just like, nah, we're just going to make everything like, it's just a team of, it's just basically an entire game of people who are like the band Tool.
Look, part of this is like this. Look, your game
don't shake your head at me. You know it's true.
Your game
Tool is an entire band of Lars Ulrichs. That's it. And no one has to agree with me.
You're not wrong. You're just an asshole.
I'm not wrong. I'm just an asshole.
I just want to say it like how it is, right? Like, look, when it comes to the person in this story, one, you did your best to give so much background to make yourself seem like it's a very, like, it's altruistic that what you've done. that your tantrum is completely justified at what the DM did. And at some point, your argument should be, well, instead of throwing a tantrum, it should have been, if the item wasn't meant to exist, it shouldn't have been granted to me to begin with.
Right.
And at that point, your DM has to come up with an idea and cooperate with you. Because as much as it's like, hey, you're right, but at the same time, I didn't know you were going to do stupid shit like this.
Yeah, then I wouldn't have granted it to you.
Then I wouldn't have granted it to you.
But also, it's like, as a DM, you have to calculate and pay attention to what they're asking you, because if it's something like stupid like this where it's going to cause a problem, why are you granting it to begin with?
Yeah.
Like, that's my basic point. It's like, why are you doing
It's
this?
that
like,
you
if
gave
I
a
give you-
caveman an M16 and got mad that they started shooting things.
Right,
That's
and
what
then you
happened.
go, what did you expect was going to happen? They were going to obviously exploit it. That's the point.
And that's
like,
that's where I'm like, hey man, like you can't really be upset with the fucking player for using it, but
also the player can't be upset because they took advantage of it, and they said they wouldn't. Like, it was supposed to be their ace in the hand, as they put it. Like,
and you use that phrase so often that like we assumed that you knew what it meant until we reached the point where we're like, so the dude wished that he could fly, and you made it happen because.
so you don't know what it means. You just think it's a cool saying because you don't know
what did that actually do for the story?
Right.
What did that do for the story, and what did that do for anybody else other than yourself? You were just gratifying the fact that you had this magic item.
Now, if it turns out that there is more to the story, where the flying or all the other stuff that you did actually benefited the story, tell that. Post that.
Yeah,
let us know
those
how that
details.
goes.
But like, don't fucking sit there and tell me that
That-
like,
that
oh,
this
we
benefits-
just wanted stuff.
No, it's supposed to be beneficial to the story. And again, if it did happen, that's the part that we need to know. Like, hey,
Even so,
it benefited everything, and this guy was a douche and took it away. It's like, hey, DM, what the fuck, man?
my other thing is that even if it doesn't benefit the story, like what is the whole fucking, what was it that you were trying to accomplish? Like you told your friend like wish it and he can fly, and all of a sudden he can fly and go get the stuff or see what's on the other side. But like you got to understand that when you derail something, you make it so that your DM has to think on his toes. Sometimes that's a great thing because it leads to other realizations of like where the story can go that might be better. But other times you're doing it just to be a fucking like a pick me or the main character or whatever. And in this instance, you were doing it because you could, which makes you that much of just a douche.
Yeah.
Like,
And for no reason, too.
what, like, and the other thing is that like you talk about this like, oh, well, he's my friend. I've played with him for 10 years. I
don't
wouldn't do that kind of shit to my friend.
Also, he's 49 and you're fucking
23.
23. I don't think that was your friend. I think that's a felon.
Even getting off that for a second, I think we have to also bring up with this whole wand thing. All right, yeah, use it to fly. Use it to wave away buffalo. If it can do what you just said it can do, there's nothing stopping you from just killing whatever main bad guy because you know you're gonna do it.
'Cause you can do
the
it with
second the DM puts anything in your way, you're just gonna use it.
Yep. And
Yeah,
it's
because
gonna
there's
become-
nothing stopping you.
Because you're
then
going to make it
it's-
easier for you, and it's going to make you an OP player for no reason.
Yeah.
And that's understandable. It's understandable. The item should have never been given in the first place.
Yeah,
that's
but
the
also,
first fuck
like-
up. And then you shouldn't have done that either.
Yeah.
You should have been like, "Hey, thank you, but are you sure?" Like,
With great
like,
power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, like you need to talk. Like Aaron said, you need to talk to the DM because I'd be like, dude, are you all right? Like,
I think
I'm
at that
gonna
moment-
use this. So
I think at that moment, I would have probably gotten up and been like, so we're just done because.
Yeah.
yeah.
My-
Well, as the other players,
So-
you should have. Maybe you would want to play because you just got a fucking magic
Cool ass
weapon.
wand or a
My-
big ass
My
spider and
My
everyone's
remedy
jealous.
to
Whatever.
something
though.
like this is like, okay, cool. So you get a wish spell, but it permanently damages something. Like it takes something from you when you use it. So that way you can't just fucking willy-nilly use it.
Yeah, so it
Oh,
can be an ace
okay,
in the
cool.
hole.
You wish that he could fly, but guess what? Because of your wish, the adverse effect of that is now you lose movement speed.
Or you
Permanently.
age a certain amount of years or some
Yeah.
consequence.
Something that fucks you up, right?
Yeah, he can fly, but now he can't land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's stuck in the air or something.
I would go kind of genie with it. Like, yeah, it's kind of a dick move because you overpowered that person, but you also gave them a huge crush. The bigger the wish, the bigger the fucking consequence.
Yeah.
And like that's a really good leeway.
And that would have been a great way for them to regulate the power in that wand. Very, very, very
And
subtle.
like,
you could do
I
that
could-
with the main enemy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can kill him. That's fine. But one of you has to die. You choose.
yeah.
Yeah.
Make
Or
them
like,
choose
or
which
like
one
every
of
time
you guys die.
you can cast any spell and do whatever you want, like unlimited. But every time you cast it and it's a critical hit and it kills a person, it drains like a quarter of your life. And you have to work to regain that life.
No, permanent. It's just gone.
Permanent. Yeah,
just
maybe.
Boom, done.
Like Sifu, every time you fucking cast it, you lose like a year or you lose 2 years, and then you start aging rapidly.
I would
Because
say it, dude, because like honestly, if I was sitting there and I was like, I made this fucking big bad guy, built this whole story, and you walked in there and was like, fucking, if I could ever, that whole fucking shit, I'd be like,
now imagine
Yeah.
I could do the Avada Kedavra, but as I do the Avada Kedavra, my fucking spirit, like 25% of my spirit leaves permanently with the wand. And sure, I killed him.
There goes your health.
Yeah, sure, I killed him,
Yeah.
but my hit points go down at least a quarter of the way. Now, how many times can I do that spell before it's, you
And
know?
I would also say, I would say like, hey, like the amount of the wish takes amount of like the consequence, and that's a huge like.
Because a lot of people do magic weird. I think magic should have your emphasis in it. Like, it should mean what you do. Like that, like draining your life. Yeah, if you're going to kill someone, you are willing to put life for life on the line. So, you know, whatever, but you're going to get fucked
And
up too.
That's
Sorry.
a beautiful thing to do, because that's a huge story mechanism that you just like fucking brought up, is like when you go to great power, what do you give up in the way? But this person doesn't have that, because either your 49-year-old dungeon master is inexperienced,
We're trying to get in y'all's pants.
or it's something that's just like, this was just
I'm sorry, 17 and 13, bro. What do you want me to do there?
yeah, they were 23
Not 10 years when they started playing.
when they started playing. It was that.
I'm just saying, either she messed up on the ages really bad, or
something like
something happened.
there's definitely like adult players who
Yeah, but not adult
Play
players that play with kids. You know
no,
what I mean?
there are.
No,
No, this does happen. It's
In like public areas like the Silver Dragon, or
Yeah.
like big comic book shops where like it's
right,
not like
where
a
you
private
play.
place.
But there's also like, that's the thing, is that like your intention is there, that you're playing, hey, I'm playing a PG game with kids. I'm not playing a game where we're going to like have people that like just fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can do it in like public games and stuff, but this didn't seem like it was gonna be a public game. It seemed like they were at someone's house.
Yeah. This is never like, they never explain a setting.
Which is
so-
weird. Which is a little weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand if they're like your siblings and all that stuff, or they're like, hey, I brought my younger cousin. Say it's your younger cousin. Or if you're like, hey, I brought this person. Say it's that person. You know
This
what I
is
mean?
a coworker of mine. This is someone who I've met or I've known, and we've done this. But like,
I was trying to be friendly to one of the new baristas at
The-
Starbucks that I work at, and you know they happen to be a little younger, so I just brought them over for fucking D&D and
Yeah.
see what happened. Okay, I get it. Like maybe
My-
not, but I get it.
my thing is that the way that it typically works is that, like, especially when you're meeting random people, they're looking for a game and they post them on online forums, and people find them, and then they kind of find the game either they want, or they run into one of these cringe ass games.
Which, by the way, I'm still saying that you, me, and fucking Tyler should all go out and answer some of these ads and actually go to the fucking games.
Yeah.
And wear meta glasses and then like record the games while we're playing them to see how crazy these people go. You wouldn't want to do that?
No, I think most of them will be extremely boring.
That'd be funny.
'Cause,
Bro.
It'd be like normal, because these are fringe cases, not all the time.
Why don't we
Yeah.
look for fringe cases? Like we should look for fringe cases.
But you
in the
won't
fucking-
know until it happens.
Until you get there, because like,
Yeah.
remember, there's fucking people out there who are like, I'm running a D&D game, and then you're like, oh cool, I built my character, and then you get in there, like, by the way, you're a furry, and it's like, whoa.
Wait a minute. It's not like how Craigslist
Yeah.
used to be, where like there was a bunch of like
Which-
normal ads, and then there was like
Yeah,
young
no.
male sniping on top of fridge, naked, looking for female partner. You're like, I have to read this because the introduction
Yeah,
was so
this
wild.
is. But there's like a good D&D game, when you go to explain it, kind of explains what the setting is, what you're doing, how you're doing, like who else is there. Like, hey, we have X amount of players. We're looking for one more. We're running this We're running this game that I made up. Like an idea of like the rating system, right?
Yeah.
My goal is that if I'm looking for randoms, I'm nothing above PG-13.
Right, exactly. Like you're gonna keep it at least
PG-13 is like a minimum
safe for work.
Like it's safe for work, yeah.
safe for work type shit. You know what I mean? Because you never know. Like,
and if I have to, like, if I'm raising the fucking like rating for that, if I'm like, oh, it's PG-16, 18, it's R, I'm gonna be like, hey, we need to know how old you are before you get in here because this is clearly like it's gonna have some sensitive shit going on.
I think they should post that on games. Be like 18 plus game.
There are
no
some
minors
people,
to inquire.
yeah,
or whatever,
there are
like
some
that.
people
Do
that do that. There's actually people who do that.
That would be perfect.
And then there's people who don't do that. And what I think this is that this is someone who is just like, I just play a game and I invite people that I find or that I run into. Because remember, like,
but I think also that's kind of like playing the what is it? Not playing the devil's advocate, but like a cop out. It's like, oh, I just invite whoever. If anybody comes, it's like, come on, bro. Like you can filter it out. You know how to filter it out.
Yeah.
You know you can ask follow-up questions and be like, hey, where are you guys at playing wise? Blah 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 blah. But like, I don't know. But real quick, I wanted to tell you before we ended the podcast. I wanted to tell you, don't say names. Don't say names. But do you remember our old bass player?
mm-hmm.
Do you know that he used to show up on Craigslist with his dick out and he'd be like actively seeking transsexuals? Hilarious. Anyway, go ahead. Keep going. I just wanted to share that. It was so funny. It was not that there's anything wrong with transsexuals. It's just the fact that it was him.
Wait a second. Wasn't I your old bass player?
No, not you. Not you.
Wow,
Our
way to
old-
fucking.
If it's our bass player, it means that you were not the bass player. If it's
Yeah,
our
why
bass
don't
player,
you know?
Yeah, that was fucking wild that you threw that out there. And I
yeah,
was
why
all,
don't you know?
Yeah,
Why are you
I
unsure
remember.
about that? Hang on. Why are you unsure about that? Where's your Craigslist ad?
So this person clearly invited a minor.
That's funny shit.
No, in regards to this, man, here's my final take on this, dude. Like, first of all, player, you're the dick in this situation. Like, full on. Like, you are the worst person. You threw a tantrum the entire game, and then your details were just specifically to make you feel like you were validated in this, and you're not. Also, learn some fucking grammar. It's okay to throw a period and a fucking comma in there.
No. They don't need to learn no grammar. They need to learn to shorten their fucking sentences.
Because fuck,
Like
dude,
dude, that's a whole lot of story
it's
for a
so
whole lot of nothing.
it is so ridiculous to fucking hear just to have someone be like, oh yeah, well, bonus story in the middle of my story and then back to the beginning. Like, can you fucking formulate a thought?
I agree with all those points. And then my last point, don't forget, stay erect.
This has been another fantastic episode of Our Corner.
Has it?
It has.
It's been an episode
it?
of Our Corner.
It has.
I've been your host, Aaron. With me has been the main man himself and guest starring our favorite tech guy, Gin Tech.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you all next time on